Go.
Welcome to Not a Great Whisperer podcast. I'm your host, Katy Ray. I have a special guest host today, Kristin Lorello.
Hey.
Bestie from another mister. I don't know how you say that. Sister from another mister. And then I have a fabulous guest today. She is sweet, creative. She makes the best baked goods. An actress, student. She's fabulous and gorgeous. Shaniah, welcome to the show.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
How do you spell your name again?
Shaniah.
So like Shania Twain, but with an H at the end.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Precisely. Exactly.
I love it. I love your name.
Thank you.
Shaniah.
Yeah, and you're my Spanish Lebanese sister over here too.
I know. Another sister from another mister.
Yeah.
I love this.
Long
This is a
lost.
great time.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have you on today, really talk about what you're doing. You're a student. You're making shit happen. I met you through BKN Creative because you're interning there, but I know you act with Kevin and all that fun stuff. So tell me what you're doing right now.
Yeah, I go to USF right now. So I'm a mass communications major. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life for like the longest time. And so I went to community college first, just kind of, got my feet wet, figured out what I wanted to do. And then I was like, oh, mass communication is probably a good one. You can do pretty much anything. So I decided to do that. And now I'm interning at BKN, the best company in the world. And I'm an actor, I'm a model, and here in the Tampa area. And I have a lot of hobbies
I love
that I do, on my free time.
How do you kind of stay focused? You come from a little bit of a different generation than Kristin and I. What's the temptation nowadays for kids in college, and how do you kind of stay focused and on the grind?
Yeah, it's very hard. You don't stay focused. it's so hard.
Honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have work, I have interning, I have school, I have my acting, I have my modeling, like literally everything. I guess it's just kind of coming down to time management, and the temptation for me is really just like sleeping. And I'm so lazy when it comes to school and stuff. So I'm a procrastinator. So yeah.
That's not a bad thing.
No.
So so of everything you're doing right now, what's your favorite thing? What is like your wind down? Is it baking? Is it modeling? Is it acting? Like what's your go-to hobby right now?
Well, acting and modeling has like always been my passion forever. I just love to be in front of the camera and turn into like a different character and a different person. It's just an opportunity for me to, not be myself for a little bit. But at the moment, I love baking, as you know.
Yum.
I started doing that during Christmas time. I started watching videos and I was like, I can do that. I was like, that looks super yummy. Let me give that a shot. And so now that's just something I do. And at the moment, I'm really into being environmentally friendly and trying to reduce my carbon footprint. And
thank you.
I'm really into the ocean at the moment and trying to, clean up the beaches and understand what it takes to, help the environment.
Yes. Tell me when you do that. I want my kids to be involved in that. Their generation needs that.
Yeah.
I think it's so important. That's good.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like people take it seriously. I worked for Tesla for a little bit, so I was on that environmental grind. I didn't bring a plastic water bottle today. I brought my reusable container. Thank you.
To start.
And I used your
The bag.
bag for the cookies.
Yeah.
I love it. And I know how people are always like, focus on one thing, make that your priority. But I absolutely love that you have multiple things that you're doing.
Yeah.
I think that for me, that's what I'm doing. And I think it is important. Why don't you want to kind of meet more people? Why don't you want to put a footprint into more things?
Yeah.
I can't just pick one. It's just not how I roll.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
It'd be really boring if you just did one thing for the rest of your life. You know?
Yes.
It's like I have so many goals and so many things that I want to do. So I'm not just going to sit around and not do it. I'm just going to do it,
I love that.
Nothing
And
to it but to do it.
how do you feel about your generation of like dating? Are you dating? Do you have a boyfriend?
Yeah, actually, we just celebrated our 2-year anniversary.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, as of all your friends, do they have relationships?
Yeah,
Are they
for
in?
the most part. Yeah.
So the ones that have to like date in this this crazy time? Do you see any difficulty for them?
Most of my friends have been in long-term relationships, but I do have a couple of my friends who are just like, you know, out going to the club, just kind of doing their own thing. And for me, it's weird because I've been in a relationship for 2 years. So I'm just on the sidelines and I'm like, I forget what it's like to be a single woman dating out on the town, you know? It's weird to see them on that grind.
Yeah.
And I'm just home with my boyfriend like,
I love that. And how has he been with everything that you're doing? You're staying busy. On your downtime, you like to sleep.
Yeah.
And how is he supportive?
Oh, yeah. He does everything with me. He goes everywhere. Like, anytime I go to an audition, he waits in the car for me. If I have to film, he'll wait for me.
Love that.
Yeah. And he's super supportive, like, literally everything that I do. And when I'm into something, he gets into it as well. So we're really just a team with each other. And
he has a hot, smart girlfriend. So he knows what's best for him.
You know.
He knows what's best for him. What is he doing right now? School?
Actually, he's graduating college in August.
That's huge. So, what's his dreams? What's he doing?
He's an economics major right now. And so he wants to do financial advising. He likes to work with like money and numbers and not my forte. Yeah, I literally
That's
only
good to have.
passed my math class because he helped me with
Good. I'm going to tell your teacher.
That too. Numbers are not my game.
No.
Type into your teacher right now.
Yeah.
Cheaters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. So that's good to have for your business side.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Where did you meet?
We met at a party, like a little get together. Our friend was graduating. He became a firefighter. And then I went to his party. He invited me and I was like, I really don't want to go. I'm not going to know anyone there.
Who's this hot half Lebanese chick is what he said in his head.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, I really don't want to go to this. And I wasn't going to go. And we bumped into each other.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and
nice.
you live how far away from each other?
Like 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
10, 15 minutes.
So he graduates in August and he's going to look for his real job, I guess people like to say when you get out of college.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll affect anything with you going through college still?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm trying to figure out my career as I go through college. I want to be able to have a full-time job coming right out. And I feel like he's already going to be in his career doing it. So I think the biggest thing is just going to be, you know, taking time for each other and figuring out schedules and everything. And we live in Port Richey, so it's away from everything. Yeah. So we constantly are traveling to Tampa and St. Pete to go to jobs and to school. So a lot of it's just traveling and making time. So
what kind of advice do you want to give to people going through college right now? How to stay focused? I feel like people are taking a little bit longer in college now because it's hard to figure out what you want to do. We put so much pressure on people that are going to college to figure out what they want to do. A lot of people are trying entrepreneurship. Yeah. Not knowing what they want to do. I totally get that. I feel like I'm 34. I don't even know what I'm still doing. Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Kevin too, because his niece is fresh out of high school and she doesn't know what I want to do. And I can totally relate to that. I graduated high school 4 years ago, but it seems like it was so much longer. I feel really old and I'm only 22. But I mean, I see all these, I see all these graduates on Facebook and stuff who are graduating from my high school and from other high schools. And they're so happy and hopeful about life. And that's great. And I just think it's important to really keep with that and keep that energy going and spend time with people who have the same motivation and same goals as you. Because it's really easy to go into college and kind of get off track and meet people who are not so great influences. So it's really important to keep with those people who have the same exact goals as you and have the same mindset. Because then that's when you're going to get creative. You are who you hang out with, you know? So just don't fall into partying. It's fine if you want to do it on the weekends or something, but, you know, just keep with the people who are going to be good influences.
I definitely went to my parties, but I had a hardcore work ethic. So I get that. You show me your 5 friends, I'll show you who you are.
Yeah.
That's a huge one.
And make money, get a job. Too,
yeah.
Because
I know. My
college
friends,
budget.
My best friend's a dancer, so I'm a great dancer.
There you go.
That's what I feel.
Yeah.
That's right. So with modeling, especially as a woman modeling, how do you feel the pressures of society norms has affected you or not affected you? How do you kind of rise above that?
Yeah, it's super annoying because I'm short, so I'm a petite model, I guess you could say. I'm 5'5". And
Girl, you got hips though. Why are you a petite model?
Yeah, exactly. But like a classic model that you see like in Victoria's Secret or like these high fashion Vogue models, they're like 5'10" in like 6-inch heels, and they're super skinny, you know? And you don't really see a lot of curvy models or realistic women. I guess more and more now, like as time goes on, you start to see them more.
I feel like it's not, some aren't realistic though. Some are like
right.
injected butts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
sure.
so uncomfortably
Yeah, because we're living in a
misshaped.
time where it's like Instagram models and social media people are now becoming whatever an influencer is. And it's like, but what is that? I mean,
what are you influencing? A bathing suit for me to buy?
And getting like injections and stuff, which is fine. If that's your thing, like you have the freedom to do that. And that's amazing if that's what makes you confident. But it's like, I feel like as an influencer, show realness, you know?
How many times do people ask if you've gotten lip injections? Yours are perfect and real, but how many times do you get that?
Yeah, like everyone always thinks that like either my lips, they're like, oh, those are like, they look a little bit too
No,
like,
there's no way. I can
perky.
tell when they're not.
Yeah.
And then I can tell when they're real now.
Exactly. Or people always think like my hair is fake because it's like
Really?
really full. I've gotten, oh my God, those are extensions, right?
Hey, I
and
put
they, like,
my extensions
tug
in.
on my hair. I'm like, please stop touching me.
I've left an extension behind before.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
never worn extensions my whole entire life.
I did.
I have virgin hair. I never
Nice.
dyed it, nothing.
The only thing virgin? Yep.
Yeah. Only thing.
I'm a horrible person. Hey, Mom. Shout out to my mom. Just kidding.
Don't listen.
Don't listen, Mom. No, you need your mom to
Just
listen.
cover your ears.
Always. No. If your mom knows you, she knows you're going to say something hilarious.
Mhm.
So I love that about you, staying true to yourself. It's important, especially because you're young. And when you try to voice what you feel, people look at you and be like, oh, you're young. She doesn't know what she's talking about, but you're living it.
Mhm.
And you have a big family, right?
Yeah.
Big family.
I'm Puerto Rican
Yep.
and Lebanese, and
Boom.
I feel like I find out I have new family members every single day.
I'm probably your family.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
probably
we're
a long
definitely
lost
related
cousin,
somehow.
for sure.
Yeah.
You don't really hear Lebanese. And I remember in 4th grade, I said, one of the guys said, you're a lesbian. It was Brian Brian McCa. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I walked over and I was like,
No,
Mom, am I
that's
lesbian or Lebanese? And she's like, 4th grade, Kristin, that was 3 years before.
Nice.
And she said, she's like, no, it's Lebanese. And then the teacher was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I don't understand what's so wrong with that. He
I'm
just
a lesbian.
mispronounced it and I'm a lesbian.
Yeah.
And I was just confused.
Nothing wrong with being
But people
lesbian.
do that. And did anybody ever guess that you're Lebanese? Because nobody ever guesses I'm Lebanese. It's like
No.
Greek, Spanish, Jewish, because I have a huge nose. You don't. You have a cute petite nose. So it's true. And I used to hate my nose, but now I embrace the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny how you get older and you're like, no, I love my ethnicity. Like I love that I have a darker complexion.
Yeah.
And I look foreign everywhere.
Exactly.
I probably don't want to go into like Polk County though, where they give boiled peanuts.
Ugh. Strange.
I might not come out of the gas station. Like
Oh my
those
God.
really, really redneck areas. Because I'll be super ethnic.
That's like where I live.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And you
Love
feel
that.
comfortable.
I see it.
I see it all the time. But I think it's great. It's refreshing to see someone at your age just kind of embrace everything.
Mm-hmm.
And were you like that in high school and middle school?
I don't think so at all.
Yeah.
And especially in high school, I was like really finding myself and I was just so lost. And come like my senior year is when I really gained my confidence in myself. I feel like I was always looking for validation from other people,
Yeah.
which was miserable now that I think about it. You know, I'm older now, so I appreciate all my experiences because I am who I am now. But I just want to like hit myself from high school and middle school. Like,
Yeah,
what were
but
you
shouldn't.
thinking?
You should feel really glad that at your age you've already figured out that you don't need the validation because that usually lasts people way past high school.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
Through
Yeah.
college, through most of their life. Honestly, some people died never feeling that relief of needing validation from others too.
Yeah. And I see that now
Yeah.
still from people who I have graduated
Yeah.
high school with and even people who have already graduated college who still feel as though they're not enough and they
Yeah.
need to prove something to people. And it's like,
My life isn't cool until someone tells me that it's cool.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
exactly.
Not how it works, but
Yeah.
I know.
everybody
It
figures
makes
that
me
out.
really frustrated because like you see potential in people and they're just not not putting it through, you know? So
who's one of your biggest influencers?
like on social media?
No, just in general. Like who do you, what kind of, so for me, like I'll get on Gary Vee real quick, get some hype. Eric Thomas, like I'll get hype with some of these like motivational speakers or entrepreneurs, but like what's your go-to, especially now, like in your generation, like where's your like quotes you're reading, or who are you reading, or what writings are you reading, or what videos are you watching? Like it could be often, I mean, if you have an Instagram influencer, but I always like to see what different generations kind of go to.
Yeah, I have a lot of different outlets that I go to depending on what I'm in the mood for, I guess. So if I'm watching YouTube, I'm watching a lot of like scuba divers right now, like picking up treasure. It's so weird. Yeah. It's just like a way for me to see what other people are doing. I love makeup.
I knew that.
Yeah. I've done YouTube videos for my makeup. So I watch a lot of influencers on there. I watch like Bretman Rock. He's hilarious and he's so real and just like super authentic. On Instagram, I like to see a lot of fitness people. I like Whitney Simmons a lot. She's like a workout. She does a lot of workouts on YouTube, and I like to try and be as healthy as I can. So when I'm feeling really motivated, I go to her because she's...
After you eat the cake you just baked, or... Yeah. Okay, good.
Before and after.
During the baking.
I actually don't eat a lot of my baked goods, to be honest.
That's fine. We're here for you.
That's the case with people.
It's just like your kind of getaway. And you're just like, I'm going to bake this for everyone else to be happy.
Exactly.
Don't even try it?
No, I definitely.
Katy,
we're here for you. We're here for you.
I mean, in between, I'll eat a little bit.
Dabble.
To see how, because I need to make sure it's okay. But then after it's baked, I'm like, I don't really want it.
And then for your podcast, you listen to Not a Great Whisper for motivation.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
I knew that one. That's great.
Yeah, it's my favorite now.
So what's your? I know you're interning, right? Are you learning every day? Is it something fascinating to you?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you push for people to intern while they're in college so they kind of know and dabble into their what they want to do? I think that's what I missed. I worked in the restaurant business for so long. I was in 2 and I never really did interning.
Yeah.
So I think it's great that you're doing that while in college because it helps you kind of steer.
Yeah. I never understood the importance of school, period. I was never good at it. In high school, I was like so afraid I wasn't going to be able to graduate because I was so bad at math and I couldn't pass those stupid standardized tests. And so now I have a real appreciation for school, and I've learned it through my boyfriend as well. He's been super supportive and like pushing me through school.
Love that.
And I now know the importance of having an internship because you're making so many connections, and it's literally on the job training, and you're ready as soon as you graduate high school, college. You can say, I've done this and I've done this.
How to do all these things.
Experience is so important.
Yeah. And then, like, why wouldn't you want to do an internship? It's literally, it's pretty much free schooling, you know, like you're getting trained with these professionals and you're networking. I've met amazing people like you and all of our clients that I'm literally just seeing it firsthand, you know?
Cool.
So I feel like I'm just,
I think it just comes down to, or at least part of it is like, you have to have a good idea of what you want to do and what draws you.
Right.
Otherwise, you're just, what are you interning for?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because
at that age, it's like, oh, but I miss out on sleep and partying
and
this, that, or
like,
just chilling with friends.
Exactly.
But if it's for a place or a job that you actually want to do and something you've already decided is your trajectory.
Well, because I see a lot of
more motivation.
Yeah, I see a lot of people now who I go to school with who are interning at the moment, and I see them posting on social media. They're like, oh my God, I can't wait till my internship's over. Oh, I only have like 2 more weeks. I'm so excited. I can't wait for this to be over and just graduate.
And you're like, I never want this to be over.
Yeah, and I'm like, if you don't like your internship now, you might not be in the correct career.
Right.
Because,
it's the same thing just with money.
Exactly.
But if you're not having a good time, money or not, at the end of the day.
Like, you chose this. Yeah. So you better make the most of it. And if you see that you don't like it, like, sometimes it's not exactly the work you want. It's more just like nitty gritty, go get coffees, like whatever.
Everybody's got that at their job. Everybody has.
But you should still be enjoying it, and you should never want it to end unless the company's just horrible in general. But you should really make sure that that's the field you want to go into, because
and we worked at a pot shop. We were selling weed to patients. We loved it, but there were some down days where you're just like, gosh, I kind of want to be home right now. I mean, that's gonna happen.
Of course, it's gonna happen.
We had a great job.
I mean, we literally
It sounds like a fun job.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's nice to educate people and just watch people be out of pain.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like, if I hated it helping people, I should probably not be in that job.
Mhm.
Like
Exactly.
this is not the
You don't
job
want
for
to
you.
talk to people who shouldn't be in that
Yeah.
job.
And I've learned that through
Yeah.
retail
Yeah.
jobs too. Yes, absolutely.
Oh man. Okay, so I want you to give a little bit of motivation to friends, family, peers you've met, people you've never met before, just to kind of about staying the course, just kind of pushing through, like what gets you through.
Yeah.
I think you're very inspirational.
Thank
I
you.
love chatting with you when I'm here at BK and Creative Studio in Ybor.
Every Friday.
Every Friday I see you and I love it. But kind of give the audience a little bit of a Shaniah inspiration, not
Yeah.
Twain, but Shaniah.
Just Shaniah with an H. Yes. I feel like my biggest thing that I always find myself saying is everything happens for a reason. And I know it's super cliche, but it's true. And that's just something I've kind of grown up with my whole life. Like, okay, well, it happens. So you make the best of it. And it happened for a reason. You're in the spot in your life for a specific reason. Even if it's the worst case scenario, like God forbid someone's dying or you're doing really, really well, it's happening for a specific reason. So you just have to go along with it.
Mhm.
And then you might not know it at that time. You might not know it 10 years from now. But 50 years from now, you'll know exactly why that happened. Because it's going to shape you for the future.
Do you wish you told your younger self that?
Yeah, for sure. Especially in high school, like with all my heartbreaks with boys and all the times that I didn't participate in class as I should have. If I would have told myself, like, it's just happening for a reason, like, don't worry. Once you graduate, once you get your life, you're gonna understand why all these things happen, Because, like, even with relationships, like, if you're going through something really bad, don't worry. Your right guy's gonna come. Don't chase him. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You're learning this for a reason. Everything's a life lesson. You're going to
That's
learn
so
from
true.
every single little thing. And I'm still young, so I'm still learning and I'm still preaching that to myself. And I have to remind myself every time something happens.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, it could be a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
Could be better. But whatever it is, it's happening. And you have no control over that. You only have control over a very small portion of your life. Yep. So
we were just talking about that on the drive here. Yep. And I think it's funny. I look back at my younger self of like a breakup and how it like changed my whole personality and being. And I look back, I'm like, what were you doing?
Oh my God. For the amount of times I've cried over losers.
And at the same time, I think it needs to possess you like that at least once or twice in your life so you get the lesson.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So you really go, never again.
Never again.
When you come out on the other side.
Yeah, it's crazy. And yes, you're right. You have to experience it to just be like, you're an idiot. Don't do that again.
Yeah.
But it still like baffles me at the extreme, like how it took over everything. And I was just like miserable over that. And I'm just like, why did I worry about that? It's true.
Mm-hmm.
And that's awesome. You've already found that out,
Yeah. And I'm young, so I'm still
but you have such a good head on your shoulders. I think it's inspiring to just show people like, you're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Things are going to happen. Mm-hmm. You're going to push through. You can have a ton of hobbies, ton of things you love. You love modeling and acting. You're continuing to do it because you love it. You still like to bake a little bit. You still like to do makeup. You still like to be creative.
Yeah.
I think you should keep doing that. And, like everything kind of falls into place.
Yeah. I don't ever just want to do one thing in my life. I want to be multi-talented and I want to show people that, just because you're good at one thing, don't limit yourself.
Do you sing too?
Yeah. I love to sing. I don't sing as much as I probably should, but I do like to.
So I have a singer and a dancer on this episode, and me. What do I do in this? What you guys backup singer?
MC.
Oh, okay. Yay.
Yes.
That's amazing. I thought you sang because I feel like I heard you singing the other day.
I've done musical theater.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
and we're always blasting jams over here while we're working and.
Well, I mean that's important.
Some karaoke.
No, yeah.
You need a moment.
Favorite song?
Right now?
Right now, today, if you had to put on your favorite song, go.
Somebody to Love by Queen.
Oh.
That's my ultimate favorite song in the whole entire world. And that's my go-to karaoke song as well.
I love you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Old soul. Yes. Coming in strong.
Yeah. Oh, the 80s music. I feel like I should have been born in the 80s.
So what do you want the audience to remember about Shaniah?
I want them to remember that I'm Shaniah, not Shania Twain.
Okay, with an H at the end of Shaniah.
Yes, of course. And just stay motivated and focus on yourself. And
The rest falls into place.
yeah, and if you don't love yourself, then it's hard for you to accept other people into your life. So just make sure that at the end of the day, you have yourself and you're comfortable with yourself and love yourself enough to, be successful. And
I love that. What are your handles for social?
okay, so Instagram is at Shaniah T. And then
Wait, not Shania Twain. That's weird.
I know. It could be confusing. I see that now. I don't even know what her handle is. It might be really close. No, but it's Shaniah T.
Yeah. SHANIAHT.
Yeah. YouTube, I think, is also Shaniah T. Or like XX Shaniah XX. Something
But it's
like
videos
that.
you can watch. It's not XXX videos.
Well, oh my god, my mom
XX
said something
Shania
about
Twain.
that. Yeah. My Instagram handle used to be the XX. And
Yeah.
my mom's like,
Let's
that
remove
doesn't
it.
really sound right. You should probably change it. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's
yeah.
like, just change it.
Yeah, she's like, no thanks.
Yeah, and then I was
daughter.
like, oh, I see where that can get confusing.
So, but from your Instagram, they can find your YouTube.
Yeah, all
Okay.
my links are on my Instagram. And
Okay.
that's the one I'm most active on.
Good.
Yeah, I'm not really active on Facebook too much, except for like family
They can
and
still
friends.
find you
Yeah.
under Shania Twain.
My Instagram, I'm changing up my theme and stuff, so I'm getting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. What's
me
the new
going.
theme?
I'm trying to do really like pastel colors,
Uh-huh.
very like white, bright.
Love it.
Yeah,
Super.
and take pictures of nature.
Especially with your dark complexion. It'll be great.
Yeah.
That's my British accent. You're welcome.
I loved
So
it.
I loved having you
Wonderful.
both. Chris, thanks for joining. Shaniah, amazing. Thanks for being interviewed.
Thank you.
Shout out to BKN Creative Studio. Thank you for having us. And Morty's music at the end. Follow us on at Not a Great Whisper on Instagram and at The Real Cray, Krey. All right, have a good one.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.